to our audience first.
Hello everyone, my name is Prince. I was on the last episode of Real People, Real Story, and I'm honored to be the host this time to introduce our great friend to you, David. David, will you introduce yourself to our audience?
I sure will. First of all, I want to thank you both for having me on the show. I'm very honored that I am on the very first English episode of, what's the name of it again?
Real People, Real Stories.
There we go. Real People's Real Stories. Great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sorry I didn't know the name. But anyway, I am very honored to be here and especially honored to have these two fine American citizens right beside me, Prince and Isla. You probably have seen me on The Fringe. I'm the host. Isla's usually co-host. Prince is one of our regular guests. He's been really busy lately, so we haven't had him on the show. But it's definitely an honor to be on this show. Thank you very much.
But I think that's just the beginning of our journey. I think our mission is far more than that. And as a believer in God, in Christ, I believe it is my calling, right? I think taking down the CCP is only the first of the many great things we will do for this human civilization. And another thing that we will do is to kind of, leave the world with this inspiring message that, the little guys, because remember, the whistleblowers movement is not made of the big guys. Oh, sure, we have C. Bannon, we have Bill Cosby, all of these guys supporting us, but they're we can do it without them. We can do it without the big name guys, but we cannot do it without the little guys. Mao Zedong himself came from the very, very, very grassroots of China, and look where he is now.
That's right.
It's proving to the common folks that if you believe it, if you put your heart and mind to it, you can do anything. And that message, I think, carries on forever. And I think will inspire for people for generations to come. So let's switch gear a little bit. We've talked a lot about ideals and inspirations and all that, but let's talk about something that everybody's interested in. All of us here in this room certainly are investors in any one of the G-series companies or enterprises, right? So I know, David, you and your wife, too, invested in GTV. So, I would say most of the investors in GTV are Chinese investors, right? Chinese Americans, Chinese Australians, Chinese Canadians. But, you as a Native American, born and raised in America, why did you decide to invest in GTV? What do you see in GTV, right? Of all these people, all my friends think I'm crazy to invest in GTV, and now they see the stats and they're getting jealous. But when you invested in it last year, how did you have the vision to invest in this?
That's a great question, and actually, I'm prepared for this one because I've been asked this question before. The reason, and this is kind of the backstory to it, and something that will solidify for you how important this is to me. I am, however old you figured out I am by now, have never invested in anything in my entire life, and I invested in GTV, first of all. Yeah, never been involved with the stock market, never invested in it. Well, okay, the movie, but that's not, there's no investment. It's just money, and, it's not a stock market. It's not something that you put your life savings into and, hope you're investing in something that's going to, it's investing is gambling. That's what it is. But with GTV, it's not, and this is the reason why. And this is the reason that, first of all, it's because I believe in, again, what the whistleblower movement represents, what we're here for. Excuse me. The reason I invested, though, was because being part, actually, and it was easier for me to see because we have a show on GTV called The Fringe, and it's because of what GTV represents. And it's telling the truth. I can guarantee you, I get this feeling, it's not even a feeling, like I said, I can guarantee you that there are other major broadcast news companies that probably watch our program to get the truth and then use that for their own. Sometimes I'll do a show. I swear to God, I'm not bragging. I'll do a show with Isla or Ada, and the next day they'll be talking about what I just talked about the day before, and I'm thinking to myself, are they watching my show? And then how am I really in that tune, or am I ahead of the game? And I feel like we're ahead of the game. Like I said, I really do. We're ahead of something. We're in front of something that's really, really big. And that's why it was so easy for me to invest, because of what it represents. Again, everything I've said about it up to this point. And because it's so easy to tell the truth, isn't it?
Right.
It's so easy to get on and tell the people what's really happening. I want to tell them the truth. I am so sick and tired of the mainstream media, CNN, MSNBC, you name it, there's one after the other, that not only doesn't tell you the truth, doesn't tell you anything, ignores it, sweeps it under the carpet, doesn't want to be a part of it. They're starting to feel the backlash from that. And someday, GTV will be in the forefront. If they're not getting there already, it's going to be soon, Prince. And I think you believe that. And Isla, I think you believe it too. We are at, again, not only an important part in our whistleblower movement's history, but in GTV's history too. We're about to take that next step. I feel it. It's going to happen because people want the truth. They are starving for it. We were lied to for a year during COVID about the virus. We had a doctor, Fauci, that was supposed to be this brilliant doctor that was going to tell us all what we're supposed to do. And it was take your mask off, put it on, wear 3, wear 2, wear 1. No one believed anything. There was no faith in the system. And that's what you have with GTV. And that's why I invested in it. And that's why I'm going to stay with it.
Thank you, David. I think we are running out of time right now.
Oh, okay.
But we're really honored. It's a great pleasure to have you, especially on a first English version of Real People and Real Stories.
Well, I tell you what, it's been an honor to be here. And I told you before the show, I think if I speak what I want to speak about and go deep enough into that rabbit hole, you wouldn't ask me the questions that I didn't want you to ask at the end. And you didn't, did you? I got you. So anyway, yeah.
Well, thank you very much to all of our audience, and especially to those who are suffering in China through the firewall who are watching us. Trust us, we will fight for you, and we will take down the CCP for you. And David, do you want to say goodbye to our audience?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for listening tonight. And again, I want to thank Prince and Isla for having me on the show. It's been an honor, and it is part of my life. It is my life. It's not a part of it. It is my life. I've been asked to do so many things as a representative for America, and there's so much honor and responsibility in that, and I have to make sure every day that I honor that the way it's supposed to be honored, and I make sure I do that. And this is just another one of those things where I can't thank you enough, and I can't be honored enough to be able to do something like this. So thank you again, and see you again soon, definitely.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, everybody who've watched us tonight. This is the first ever English episode of Real People, Real Stories, and we hope to bring more people, just like David, onto our show to tell people the truth. Thank you.
Good night, brothers and sisters.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.